Hi everyone, this is Bella, and I'm sure if you can recognize me today, my hairstyle is different. This is all me, my natural hair. Guys, I have a trick to show you. Look at this. See how it looks? Look. Look at all this length. It goes right back up. Yeah, so this is what natural hair looks like. Right? Look at that. Right. All right, so enough of my hair. So today I'll be talking about Jamaica. And I actually went back to Jamaica. What was my experience like? How much I actually paid for the tickets, which airline I traveled with, how long it took me, and all of that. So that you guys can, if you plan to go travel to Jamaica from Argentina, then you can have an idea. And yeah, so today this video is brought to you by my plant. We were talking about Jamaica, so I'm trying to make everything natural and to give you a nice Caribbean vibe. Okay, so guys, I decided to change my location, just to change up things a bit, to not let you get too bored. All right, so before I go into the video, I just wanted to share that I've been to Jamaica twice since living in Argentina. I went in 2015, and then the last time I went was in 2019, just before the pandemic. And when I'll be going back, I'm not sure, hopefully next year. But you guys need to help me so that I can get there. So you know what you need to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell, everything. Do all the nice things that you need to do so that this channel can continue to grow. We're heading to 500 subscribers. So just keep the momentum going, and let's get to that, let's get to as many persons as we can, and so that I can do more adventures, more trips. Like, who is the best person to show you Jamaica? A Jamaican, right? So next time I go to Jamaica, I will definitely vlog and show you all the nice places that you need to go, give you some tips, right? The last time I went, the first time I didn't really take any pictures. I took maybe I have like one picture that I'll show you after, but that was a bit of a sad moment because it was my cousin's funeral, and yeah, it was that trip was mostly about that. I didn't do a lot of things. The second time I went back, I did more things than the first time, but I still didn't do all that I wanted to do. So hopefully the next time that I go back to Jamaica, I'll get to do all the beautiful things, and I'll get to vlog all of them and share them with you. All right? So let's get on with this video. So I came to Argentina in 2013. Like, I arrived here, I think, the 30th of December. And yeah, I went back to Jamaica the first time in 2015. That was like 2 years after. We traveled through Chile because it was cheaper. We found a ticket for $600 from Chile to Montego Bay, Jamaica. And we went with Copa. And well, traveling from Argentina to Chile. So we went on a bus. Well, I traveled with some friends. That is why I'm saying we. So it was about, I think, 1,000 pesos from Rosario to Chile. So we went from Rosario to Mendoza, from Mendoza to Chile. From Rosario to Mendoza was 12 hours. From Mendoza to Chile it was 6 hours. And in all, I paid about 1,000 pesos at that time. I think it was 10-1, so it would have been like about $100. So in all, you can say the trip was about 700 and let's say 750. Putting everything together, because we stayed at a hostel in Chile. It was $15. And we bought food and all of that. Stayed one night in Chile. So we arrived in Chile on Friday evening, and we left it Saturday night. But like, I love Chile. Like, that was just enough for me to actually fall in love with the country, and I hope to go back to actually explore it. But yeah, so that was the first time I went back home. It's cheaper, but trust me, it's not easy when you have a lot of luggage pulling and you're up and down, you're not sure where to go. And the taxi drivers, because we didn't know much about the area. They overcharged us there. But yeah, the flight was from Chile to Panama, from Panama to Jamaica. Chile to Panama, I think it was about 5 hours. Then from Panama to Jamaica, 2 to 2.5 hours thereabout. When I came here, and that was with Copa. When I came here, I paid $1,450 US. It was from Montego Bay, Jamaica to Panama, same 2 to 2.5 hours. From Panama to Argentina, Buenos Aires, that would have been 7 hours, and in all I paid $1,450 US thereabout. And then from Buenos Aires to Rosario, I had to take a bus, which we use the service Tienda Leon, and that was about 700 pesos or less that time. I can't remember, but it wasn't very expensive. And that actually leaves you at the specific address. And I also have a very funny story to share about that too. But anyways, it's for another time. Yeah. So, and then the second time I went home, I went with LATAM, and that ticket I paid about $770 US. I left from Rosario. That was the first time I was actually flying from Rosario. So I went from Rosario to Peru. That was about, I think, 4 hours or 5. It's either 4 or 5 hours. And then from Peru to Jamaica was either 4 or 5 hours. And yeah, that was. So I think every time I traveled, I've been to a different airport. But so this the one that I went with LATAM was actually I didn't go to Panama any at all. And yeah, so that's how I've been traveling back and forth. Jamaica, and the prices, the most expensive ticket was when I actually came, because I decided I was going to find cheaper tickets going forward. So after spending a few days or weeks, normally when I go home, I spend like 6 weeks to 2 months home, but it always goes by so quickly. So, of course, you go home, you're excited and all of that. And to be honest, I've been feeling like a tourist. I felt like a tourist those 2 times that I went home. It's almost like Argentina is home now and Jamaica is just a place I go to visit or to vacation. It's weird. But yeah, so when I normally home after a few days, you get warm up to the system, and then I start missing the fact that I can't walk anywhere. I can't walk into the center. It's all about driving. Everywhere you take a taxi to go, going in the taxi, it's money. So it's like, oh no, that's crazy. And it's just, Montego Bay is like, well, the big city. That wasn't a big city. It was a second city where it's just chaotic. It's like people just bad driving, and it's just noise all over. It's just crazy. Argentina, obviously, people in the city, like people drive by and stuff, but it's calm. And I just also miss just how easy things can be sometimes. For example, in Argentina, if I just want to order something, I just go ahead and I just order it. Pediasha, Rappi, whatever it is. Rappi, what's the other one? Glovo. I don't think they're here anymore. They just bring the food to you. In Jamaica, that maybe now they're trying to work on a system like that, or maybe in the capital city, but in my city, there's nothing like that. If you want something, you have to go pay a taxi fare, go into the city, buy it, and go back home. I also miss my independence. Like, when I'm here in Argentina, I'm my own woman. I live, do my own activities whenever I want to. I don't report to anyone. But in Jamaica, it's a different system because you're living with your family. So, you pretty much go off their rhythm. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just that, independence is good too. All right, what else did I miss? I miss the fact that it's so easy to eat out in Rosario or Argentina. In Jamaica, it's not that easy, as I explained before in my video, one of my videos. It's a chore to find a really nice place that's really has a nice ambiance and all of that. It's not. Of course, you have those places, but they're super expensive and far. And because there's a great demand, it's like, it's not that easy for you to pick and choose. In Argentina, it's so easy. Another thing that I miss is just the fact that, you can go anywhere pretty much and be safe in Rosario. Obviously, not 100%. There's a possibility of you being robbed and all of that. But That's mostly what happens in the city. You being robbed. In Jamaica, it's a bit more complicated, at least where I'm from. So I live in a community that's pretty, what should I say? It's not the safest. So the last time I went home, like something happened and I was really scared and I was like, oh my gosh, don't feel like this in Argentina, man. But obviously it's not everybody's experience. It depends on where you live in Jamaica. I'm just saying that where I'm from, that's how it is. The next thing that I miss when I go home is just how the customer service is different. In Argentina, generally the customer service is pretty good. In Jamaica, generally it's not that good. Jamaicans tend to have a little attitude. So everything is done with an attitude. Miss. That's how the Jamaicans are, right? Full of energy and attitude. In Jamaica, in Argentina, they're a bit on the calm side, you know? So sometimes I miss that. Just how my Argentines treat me well. Little of his done. Alright, what else do I miss? I also miss the fact that there's hot water in all the apartments in Argentina. In Jamaica, it's not a thing because in Jamaica we don't have winter. So the apartments or the houses, because most Jamaicans live in houses. Almost all Jamaicans live in houses. So maybe the wealthier people or the people who live in communities that are not generally colder will have hot water, but in Jamaica it's not necessarily a thing because it doesn't get that cold. But the thing is, I've gotten so used to using the hot water. I use it when it's winter, when it's summer, when it's piping hot outside. I still use the hot water to take a shower. So I've gotten used to that, and when I go home in Jamaica I don't have hot water, so I was like literally just playing games in the shower because I don't want to warm up water to go and bathe either, because that too is gas, and gas in Jamaica is expensive. So I just had to tough it out and bathe in the cold water. The next thing that I miss about Argentina when I go home is just the verdurerias and the kioscos and the dietéticas, just how easy it is to eat healthy in Argentina. Like I can buy my nuts, I can buy my dried spices, I can buy my beans and all of that, all my healthy things in a dietetica. That's so easily, readily available, and the prices are not so they're not super expensive. In Jamaica, if it's healthy, it's expensive and not readily available. So I miss that when I go home, more or less, because I'm on vacation. It's like, no need to be so healthy. And then the other thing that I miss is the fact that in Argentina, I can just go for a walk, I can go to the park, you know, I can go by the river, just like the exercising culture. In Jamaica, I actually had gone for walks before, my mother and some friends from church, but you still, you know, it's not the safest because the community is not the safest, and then, you know, just all of that. It's just a tricky thing. But in Argentina, and you do it in the community, so it's not the same. Cars are still passing, you're passing houses. But in Argentina, if I want to walk, I can just go by the park and I walk, and I get a little bit of a nature vibe even though I'm living in the city. So generally, when I go to Jamaica, obviously, it's not like I'm dying to come back, because when I leave Jamaica, I also miss home, because home will always be home. Jamaica will always be my first home, my first love. But I also really love Argentina, so there are some things that I really like here, some things that are done here that I really like and prefer how they're done here than how they're done in Jamaica. So yeah, those are things that I miss. So guys, I've shared with you a little bit of my experiences of going back and forth, Argentina, Jamaica. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know. Thumbs up. Remember to share, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Ping! Right? Remember, drink water. Stay healthy. See you in my next vlog.